This video will show you how to create a web query. This is part of the tutorial 11 exercises. And if you want to follow along with me, I'm on page 658 in your textbook. In this section, we're going to learn how to create a web query. And we know that Carol wants to create a query that retrieves data from the company web page. Now, there is no real company web page since this is a student exercise, but we'll be simulating that with a file called horizons.htm. You're going to find that file in your student data files in the tutorial 11 folder. All right, we're going to start by choosing the Data tab and then moving over to the Get External Data section, and we want to get a file from the web. Now, the file that appears will be different for each student because it goes to whatever your home page is, and we want to change this. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that, and I need the address for our company web page or the horizons.htm file. Now here's the rub. There's no browse button, so I don't have an easy way to locate that, and frankly, I don't remember the path. It's too long for me to type in. So let me close this and show you what we can do. If you go to your Start button and you right-click, you can open Windows Explorer. This will allow you to look at your files that are stored on your computer. Now I have the student data files in Drive C, so I'll locate Drive C. Mine are in the Course Technology folder under New Perspectives, Data Files for Text, and then in the Excel 11 tutorial folder. That's a really long path. This is the file that we need right here. It has an HTML extension. You can tell by the icon that it's a web-typed file. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. Now that opens my web browser, but really, and gives me a sneak peek about this file. But what I'm interested in is right here. This is the path. Now I'll maximize the screen so you can see it's quite a long path. If you click on it, the whole thing is selected, and then you can Control C to copy that. That's what I need. I need that path to that horizons.htm file. And so I'm going to go ahead and close my browser and close my Explorer window. Now that I have the needed information, when I go to From Web, I can take out, and by the way, the script error comes up quite often. Don't worry about it. Just click Yes. I can erase the address that's currently there and do a Control V. Let me go ahead and erase that first. And then do a Control V to paste in that path that we copied previously. And when I click Go, that will then open our Union Financial Horizons Fund, or my simulated web page for the company. Now it tells me right here to click the yellow arrow for the tables you want to select and then click Import. There are some options here that we can select, and probably the most important is how do you want to bring it in. If you choose no formatting, it will come in as just plain text. You can bring it in as rich text formatting, which would format the text. And here, if you choose full HTML formatting, we're going to bring it in as a link, and it's going to be formatted exactly as it appears in the web page. I think that's best for us. So let's click OK, and then let's click on the areas or the tables that you want. No, I don't want the whole thing. Yeah, I do. I'm going to click on the whole thing. And then we'll click Import. And here in Properties, probably the most important thing is this Refresh Data when opening the file. And you could even choose to refresh it, let's say every 10 minutes if you want. Another thing that I sometimes turn off is Adjust Column Width, but in this case I'm going to let it adjust the columns according to the new data. So we'll click OK. I'm going to go down to cell A4 and click OK, and that's going to bring in that Union Financial information. And if you scroll down, you'll see that everything is there, and it looks very much like it looked as a web page. And in fact, we have a connection or a link to that. If we click here, we can see that we have a link to the company web page, and the name of the sheet that we're connecting to is that horizons.htm. Now we can refresh here, and that would refresh currently. Remember, we turned on refresh every 10 minutes or so we could wait. Or you can always click this button and refresh the data if you want to. So it's pretty easy. The most difficult part about this was grabbing that path to your file. Now my files are stored in Drive C in the Course Technology folder. That's the default that I had when I downloaded them from the publisher's website. If your files are stored somewhere else, you're going to have to locate those files and then copy that path. Hope you enjoyed the video.